Hi guys, OMG Vape's back again for another review, and this time we're taking a look at the IPV Xyanide by Pioneer4U. Yes, so guys, up for review today is the IPV Xyanide by Pioneer4U. I picked this up from eSig1 for $34.99. Links will be in the description if you want to get over there and check them out. Now some specs on this. It's a dual 18650 box mod. It's housing the SX460 board, which is a watered down limited version of the MX class board. It does 5 to 200 watts, 10 joules to 120 joules in temp mode, 212 Fahrenheit to 572 Fahrenheit, and it comes in black, rainbow and gunmetal. So let's take this for a vape. I've got the YiHi Captain Elite 22mm RTR on top. Review coming up for this in the next couple of weeks. I've got a staple fused Clapton in it, owning at 0.21 and 55.5 watts. Let's give it a vape. Lovely. So without further ado, we're going to dive down to the close you can. I'm going to show you the packaging, what you get in the box, overview of the mod and all that good shit. So let's go. So here we go with the packaging for the IPV Xyanide by Pioneer4U. Pretty standard packaging for them. You got a picture of a jet fighter behind the mod here. I believe this mod is inspired by jet fighters. It's got that kind of look to it, the aviated feel. On the side you've got IPS screen display, because this does house an IPS TFT HD display at 0.9 inch. You got mini USB charging. I don't believe this does USB updates. I can't see it anywhere on the website and I can't see it anywhere in the packaging, so I would assume it's not updatable. And it says dual 18650 battery. Nothing on that side. On that side you've got the colour, which is gun colour or gunmetal. Nothing on that side. And on the back you got your usual standard packaging, what's in the box. Your IPV logo, some CE marks and caution, this is not a toy. So let's get this opened. First off, in the packaging you get your pretty lightweight user manual, but it does give you a quick rundown of the mod, and it's in a couple of different languages. You got a pretty standard Pioneer4U warranty card. A little QC pass certificate. And you got this very nice battery safety warning card, which I like to see in all mods these days. And of course you've got the mod in this bag. Pop it over there, put that to one side. Underneath you've just got standard USB cable, which is the norm with these kind of mods these days. box over there. Let's get to the mod. There she is. Straight off the bat, I want to say that the finish on this is absolutely exquisite. It's got a really nice satin, soft satin feel. Very nice. On the top, you got your 510 plate, spring loaded 510. Now, on some previous reviews I've seen, they've been having problems with gapping, but it looks like Pioneer4U have fixed this problem, because on this one I've had no problems or no issues screwing down anything. They're all screw flush and level with the mod. As you can see, I've got some atty rash on there where it's been scraping off the atomizer. So yeah, no issues with gapping. You got your fire button. She's clicky but a little bit mushy at the same time. Your menu button, down and up. Also clicky but a bit mushy. You got your USB charging port. On the back you got a plate with Pioneer4U logo on there, and also this houses some LEDs, which I'm not a fan of, but them there. So it is what it is. On the bottom you got a couple of holes for battery venting. You got these very nice accents which look like the exhaust of a jet fighter, and you just flip the door open. A little bit of play, but it's quite sturdy. One of the sturdiest ones I've seen so far. A little bit of play, as I say, but not too bad. When it's locked down with the batteries in, it's pretty solid. Inside you can see clearly marked minus and plus, and you've also got plus and minus by the battery connectors. These are made of stainless steel, I think, and I'm usually spring loaded, but these are not, so I don't know what's going on there. Let's get some batteries in it. Plus, so that's plus and minus. Now, as with all SX boards, when you hold the fire button and close the battery door, it gives you the board. SX460 version 1.09. So 5 clicks on, it says Pioneer4U IPV Xyanide. You got check atomizer, and there's your screen. Let's get this zoomed in. Try and get it as visible as possible, because that's one of the quirks on this board, guys. You can't adjust the brightness on the screen, so I'm gonna have to underexpose the rest of the pictures to get it to show up. But there you can see it's showing up. Not too bad. You got your ohms, your volts, your mode, what you mean, your wattage, puff count, the ramp up preset you've got it set in, your battery monitor, and your battery voltage. At the top you got your lock symbol and your memory presets. So if you press the menu button once, it highlights the wattage, so you can go up and down. Does 5 to 200 watts. Press it again and it goes to joules. So I'll set that at 30 because that's what I need for my temperature test in a bit. £30. Press it again, goes to temperature, and you can adjust that. I've got mine set in Fahrenheit, but you can set it for Celsius in the menu. Goes 212 Fahrenheit, all the way up to 572, I think it is. Yeah. So I'll set that to 420. And then it goes, press it again, and it goes to your metal, your wire, Ni200, TCR, stainless steel 316, or titanium. I'll leave it in nickel. Lock that in. Now, if you press left, press the down button, it scrolls through the different presets. Standard, powerful, powerful plus, soft, back to standard. And if you press the up button, it scrolls through the different memory presets, what you have set. M1, M2, M3, M4, M5, and then back to M1. 3 clicks on the fire button locks it. 3 clicks to unlock. If you hold the up and down button together, then it clicks into novice mode, where you can only adjust the wattage and nothing else. So for you newbies, you don't want to mess about, just throw it into novice mode and you can just adjust the wattage as you desire and not have to mess about with anything else. Hold them again and it'll put it back into standard mode. Hold the menu button in, locks the resistance. It's not going to do it because I haven't got an atomizer on. Well, that's normally what you do. 5 clicks on the fire button gets you to your menu. And you've got system off, manual TCR, temp unit, standby time, and then exit. And that's pretty much it, guys. So I'm going to zoom this out. And we're going to do some measurements on this. Right, first of all, side to side is 46.3. Front to back, you're looking 33.8. And top to bottom, if I can get it right, it's a bit tricky to do with this top piece here, but I'll try it. It is 101.8. Your top plate is going to be 26.2. So anything up to a 26mm will sit flush on there. Now I have a couple of concerns on this. First of all, the LED lights. You can't switch them off. That's one of the bugbears I've got. I hate that. I wish I'd put a setting in the menu where you could just switch them off. Another issue I've got is the brightness on the screen. You can't adjust it. It's basically full whack brightness, and that's all you've got. And another big issue I have is I don't know if you can see this, guys, but inside this feature here, you've got some gaps which lead inside the mod, and they haven't been sealed. So if you get any juice spills or any leaking from your tanks, it's going to get inside your mod, and it's going to be a bitch to try and get that back out. So it's going to be an issue. It's got to be mentioned as a con, because they should have sealed that up. So let's get on to nickel test. Temp test, what should I say? screw this on. Lock the resistance. Like so. Let's get some cotton. Get a piece of cotton put through there. First fire. Second fire. Third fire. These working, guys, you can see no liquid. Pull that out. As you can see, with all SX boards, pretty much solid where temp control is concerned. So, just that put back. Snip that end off. Snip that end off. Get that pretty much put in there because I'm going to be doing a vape free test with that in a minute. I'm going to get back up top. Put top cap back on. And that's it, guys. IPV Xyanide by Pioneer4U. Let's get back up top. Let's do the vape tree test on the temperature control, an high wattage and a low wattage test, and then talk more about it, some pros and cons, shit like that. So, let's get back up top, guys. And we return. So, first off, let's do the vape tree nickel test. Let's start off with juicing this coil up. Douse in juice. Get it all soaked up nice. And then we'll go and see how long we can vape on it using temp control. Now this is the SX board, so it goes without saying that this is going to work as it should, but we'll still do the test anyway. So that's juiced up. 30 joules, 420 degrees Fahrenheit. Let's give it a vape. Well guys, flavour and vapour has significantly dropped off. So let's pull this cotton out now. Yeah, as expected, just a slight bit of banding where the middle of the coil was, but apart from that, that is bone dry. So next, let's do an eye wattage test. So I'm going to be using the Sumo RDA, which I picked up especially for this test because it's got oodles of airflow. I am going to be doing a review for this. I'm a bit late to the party with this, but it does deserve its own review just because of the airflow. A lot of reviewers have been slagging it off, saying it was shit because of too much airflow, but if you use it as a pure out balls to the wall cloud chaser, it's up there. So I'll pop this on. I'm using staple fuse Claptons in this from TaylorMade Coils. They are on Instagram and they sell on eBay. I picked up, you get 4 cores for $6.50 off eBay, and they come in this little nice little tub, and these are absolutely exquisite coils, guys. I'll put a link in the description, but if you want some decent coils, go check him out. TaylorMade Coils. So got it all juiced up. It's only at 0.11 and set at 200 watts. Give it a quick. That's angry. I would say it's going to work, but with this RDA, I could happily vape at 200 watts all day long because of the amount of airflow. So let's give it a blast. That's quite comfortable. Very warm now. It's definitely up there. I wouldn't say it's hitting the 200 watts, but I'd say it's around 190 with freshly charged batteries. 190, 195. Give it a bit more juice. As you can see, this RDA is a pure balls to the wall cloud chucker. So it's definitely hitting around 200. Hard hitting, definitely, as you'd expect from an SX board. So let's give it a blast on a low wattage test. Put the Berserker Mini on here. Let's turn this down to around 17.5 watts. Very nice. As you can see, low wattage test perfectly fine. So let's carry on with the video with my captain. Set that back at 55.5. Lovely jubbly. So let's get on to some pros and cons. First pro is going to be the fit and finish, but this is going to have a caveat to it, because although it's heavy, it's rugged, it's got a really nice satin finish to it, I have noticed some flaking on certain parts of it, and I haven't used this hard. I've been using it extensively for 2 weeks, but I haven't beat it up. I've babied it a little bit, and I've noticed a bit of flaking on the button around the 510. So it's going to have to be kind of a con as well. Another pro is the board in here. It's SX460. Now, it's very limited. It's watered down, but it still is similar to the MX class. So it's got the same sort of screen, same sort of layout, and it's a very, very accurate board. Another pro is going to be a subjective pro, because it's the design on this. I actually like the design, but it's going to be one of them where you actually love it or you hate it. I really like the lines and the aesthetics on this, and the way they've designed it to look like a fighter jet is very appealing to me. Another pro and big props to the company is they fixed the 510 issue, which a lot of other reviewers picked up on when they did their review for this. There was a lot of gapping when they was putting their atomizers on here, but I'm going to show you this. I'm going to have to focus in on this so you can see. As you can see, guys, no gap on there, sitting flush. So props to the company for fixing that. So if you do pick one of these up, you can have peace of mind knowing that the 510 issue has been fixed. Let's have another quick vape. So let's do some cons on this. First con is going to be the lights. The LED lights. I hate LED lights. I can't stand them. And the fact that you can't turn these off is got to be a con, because they should put some sort of feature in where you can go in and switch them off for people that don't like them. Although they are covered up by your hand, they're still there and they still piss me off. So it's got to be a con. Another con is the brightness control. There's no brightness control on this. It's a very, very bright and vivid screen. And for people that's got bad eyesight and squint a lot, like in sunlight, like I do, it does hurt your eyes a little bit. So it's got to be noted as a con. Another con is them gaps in the body. Now that is a big issue because juice leaking out your tanks or spilling juice, it's going to get ingressed into the mud and it's going to get inside on the board and it's going to cause a shit load of problems. They should have covered them gaps up, but they haven't. You can actually see daylight through some parts of it, so it's got to be a con. And another little subjective con for me is they've omitted the SX Pure feature from this board. Now, I still use the IPV Pure tank. I enjoy it, I still use it, and the fact that they've omitted the SX Pure feature from this board is a real big con to me, because I hate that. I hate when Chinese companies, they think, oh, we didn't sell 100,000 of them tanks, so we'll just ditch it and get rid of it. But what about the 20,000 people what did buy them? They left out in the cold. If they buy this mod, they can't use the SX Pure tank on here, so it's got to be a con. So all in all, guys, if you're looking for a cheap YiHi powered device that you're not going to be too bothered about, you're going to use as a beta mod, then this is probably one you want to take a look at. Other than that, it's a typical IPV product. It's nice design, decent looking, SX powered, but a bit lacking on the quality. And that's pretty much it for this review, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. And remember, smoking kills, choose life. See you guys.